Hi everyone, it's Jess with KinderStampo, and previously I showed you a video on how I made this really sweet smile card using these beautiful papers and this um, binding ribbon, which I colored with my Lindy Stamp Gang, and I absolutely loved it. The stamp set that I used here was a KinderStampo Grungy inspiration. It's a really awesome inspirational stamp set. Works perfectly for just those cards that you just want to send to your friends to just say hello, make them know that you're thinking of them. So let me put this over to the side because I found this amazing little digi that I need to share with you guys. So I'm doing another take on this card. So we're going to go ahead and use the same exact base, right? And then here goes that beautiful image I found. This is from a company called makeitcrafty.au, and they're based out of Australia, and they have these really awesome digis. I know you guys know that I kind of have gotten into the whole Copic thing. I just don't share it as much as I'd like to because sometimes the videos take a long time to do. But how sweet is she? And I was able to color her really quick, and her eyes are just gorgeous. Look at her. So sweet. I kept her outfit very monotone with just a little bit of shading, and I love her. So let's put her over to the side and let's go ahead and get started with the gluing of her. So here we go. I've gone ahead and I've pre-cut the 3 pieces of cardstock that I'm going to use for this card, and we're just going to go ahead and glue it on our base. And I'm going to use my Hellmann's craft glue because you guys know that now this is my new favorite glue to use for adhering cards and mini albums. I absolutely love using my Hellmann's 450. I just find that that works really awesome when you're kind of in a crunch and you want something to dry really quickly. So I'm kind of hoarding my 450, and then this one works really awesome when you just want to create a project and make sure everything stays on really nicely, but you don't need it to dry as quickly. So this is what I'm using. So I'm just putting a little bit of glue on the back. A little bit goes a long way with this adhesive. So we're just adding the layers on here just really nicely like this. I know you guys know that I also am not a pink kind of girl, but for some strange reason, all of my projects lately have had pink in them. I don't know if I've been inspired by spring, or I don't know. I know my girlfriend is having a little girl, so maybe that's gotten me into the whole girly thing. So there goes our base, right? We're almost done. So now let's go ahead and take um, one of these little papers, and this is what I'm going to use to put my sentiment on. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my sentiment, and I'm going to use the one that says smile, and I'll use the Memento Tuxedo black ink. This works really well to give you crisp images. So let's just move this over like that. We're going to simply press into our ink pen, and then we're just going to press our sentiment right onto the paper, and perfect. Always a really nice crisp image when I use Memento ink. So now the next thing I did was I put some Helmer Zap Dots on it, and these are the 1/2 inch squares. So just to save some time, I went ahead and pre-did that. So we're going to move our card again, and we'll remove the Zap Dots. I love these Zap Dots. They're just the perfect size and perfect dimension for cards. So I'm going to kind of offset this on the bottom right here like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab my Zap Dots again, and I'm going to put some on the back of this image. So I'm going to definitely put one on her head, and that'll kind of go there. And then I think one close to this side right here. Okay, like that. Perfect. So I'll go ahead and remove these two. And I'll place her offset like that. Gorgeous. This little girl is so sweet. The next thing I did was I made some of my own crunchy, kind of scrunched up binding ribbons. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of wrap it up like this. and just make a really sweet bow. And all I'm doing is I'm kind of just layering the loops on top of each other like this. Then I'll take my favorite Westcott scissors and just trim that off. I'll grab a piece of twine. You can use anything for this because you're not going to see this because this is going to be hidden by some embellishment. So we'll go ahead and grab some twine and just make a little knot like this. And you can just go ahead and double knot it to make sure that it doesn't separate. Okay, now I'm going to just trim this off. Okay, let's move this over to the side. Now we have this sweet little bow right here. I just love this shabby look of these ribbons, and they look gorgeous and work perfectly with when you color them with your Lindy stamp gang. So I love using these. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of these little roses and I'm going to trim the wire off because I won't be needing that. And I'm going to grab one of these little flowers right here. It's just a little daisy. Okay. For this purpose, I'm going to go ahead and use my Hallmark scrap dots because I wanted to adhere and just have some dimension. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and glue my bow first with just some craft glue. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a generous glob of craft glue and set it over to the side like this. We'll grab our little daisy and again just glue it in the center. And then we'll grab this little rose that I cut the wire off of and glue it in the center of the daisy like this. And then I have this beautiful little butterfly charm that I want to add here somehow. Let's see, maybe I'll put it right there, tucked right behind my flower. So I'm going to go ahead and use scrap dots. I find that scrap dots work really well to hold down brass embellishments. So I'm just going to tuck it into the bow like that so you guys can see how cute she looks already. And I'm going to add a little bit of white stitching around the border just to add a little bit more detail to this card. So let me just go ahead and add the stitching. The stitching goes really quick and I like the way that the stitching kind of gives it that extra homemade shabby chic-y look. So just going around the perimeter of the card base and then just following along the bottom. And this goes by really quick. So once you have all of your sweet little Copic images colored, it's so easy to just make a really quick card and use the image as the focal point and still keep it cute and simple. So let's see. So we're almost done here. Okay. So there we go. Here goes this really sweet card I made using the image from Make It Crafty. I think it's called the White Housewife Digi. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick card and I look forward to sharing new ideas with you really soon. Thanks for watching.